case. We want to know about Fast and Furious, not necessarily about what the president was briefed on.
So have you established that there was contact with this individual from someone with the ATF in the field?
We do. We have
Okay.
an email chain.
If that's the case, what would the field operator have told him?
Well, he certainly could have characterized and defended Fast and Furious, perhaps told them that he thought it was a good project, maybe even shared why they were doing it and who authorized it, all of which would be outside of any privilege. Understand, Bill, we don't know what we don't know, and this individual, Kevin O'Reilly's attorneys have said they will talk. The only reason they're not talking is the White House is ordering them not to, even though he's a former employee. And I've sat through depositions of former Bush White House high-ranking officials who were asked specifically about what they did in their official conduct by the Waxman team when he was chairman.
Kevin O'Reilly, right? Right now,
Kevin O'Reilly.
Yeah, he's doing work in Iraq at the moment.
Right, and you know, we have asked for a telephonic interview. We really just want to get a characterization on the record of what might have been a relatively benign correspondence, but we have to follow the path where it leads. You may not be aware, but the Inspector General isn't looking at any of this type of material, and yet is getting full cooperation by the administration.
Well, what is your hunch then? Even if you got these answers, where does that lead you, do you believe?
Well, we want to know who authorized this program at the political level, who knew about it, because as you know, Eric Holder has said he didn't know about it at all, and he's not held any of his high-ranking political appointees accountable for it. Well, Brian Terry's family is still not getting answers or prosecutions on those who brought about the death of their son or their brother.
Okay, this is what the White House is saying. White House counsel is reviewing the letter and will respond as appropriate. But broadly speaking, while some personnel in the White House were made aware of ATF's efforts to combat drug trafficking along the southwest border, including Operation Fast and Furious, there has been no evidence to suggest that anyone at the White House knew about any decision to allow guns to walk to Mexico. I know that's not satisfactory for you. Others have stated that these guys were old friends catching up. You buy it?
Well, if that's the truth, those will be the questions that will get answered. But understand that mealy-mouthed letter very carefully says there's been no proof. Not that it didn't happen, and it's certainly not a statement you can rely on. Remember, our committee on February 4th received an outright lie in a letter that was later retracted, and part of our investigation is to find out who led to Congress being lied to both in oral testimony and in a letter, and that's part of the stonewalling. They won't even answer questions about who provided us a letter that was